Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to today's session. As you can see, the title is Placements on Demand. That's 5 steps to 5 figures a month. And I know that you're just starting out, so this might seem crazy to you now. But the more you pay attention to what I'm going to cover in this video, the more you're going to realize this is really, really doable. So I know a lot of people like to start their webinars with a bunch of back and forth and BS, but not here. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. So hey guys, I'm Russell Liebowitz. I've been in recruiting and staffing for over 25 years. I've started, scaled, and sold 3 recruiting companies in my lifetime, built all 3 companies to multiple 7 and 8 figures. And in 2019, I finally had the opportunity to start what my passion and desire has been for so many years. And that's a coaching and mentorship program for people who are looking to start their own recruiting agencies, as well as existing recruiting agency owners who just need some different things, who may feel stuck and are looking for some new innovative ways to find clients at scale. So since starting Recruitemy in 2019, we've had hundreds of members come through our program that have achieved great results, as you can see right here, with messages that we've received over the years. But let's talk about Clarence Thomas. So Clarence started with Recruitemy last year in 2022. He was in the military for over 20 years, working within logistics in Iraq and Afghanistan. And while he was there, he started studying cryptocurrency and blockchain. And Clarence had a really good idea to launch a recruiting business within this niche. In just 10 days of Clarence joining the Recruitemy program, he was able to secure a requisition for $60,000. That's an actual search, a direct hire search with a recruiting client. And within a 67-day period of 2023, he secured over $146,000 of direct hire placements. Clarence is an absolute bulldog. He took this business very serious. He worked his tail off. He really dove into our one-on-one personalized video strategy, as well as our LinkedIn teachings. And then there's Anastasia Gallo, single mom who lives in Louisiana. She was just sick and tired of working in the 9-to-5 corporate grind for a recruiting agency like Robert Half. She knew she could do this on her own. She wanted to get her time back and spend it more with her children at home. So she joined Recruitemy, and with our coaching and mentorship, launched her own recruiting business. And within the first week of being in Recruitemy, she landed 3 recruiting clients. And let's talk about Mary. Mary and her husband, Henry, are in medical staffing. Henry is a doctor, and they were able to leverage Henry's knowledge and experience and network to launch a recruiting business from their home. Mary, again, was an example of someone who worked in corporate America, trading her time for money, having to get PTO approval, and she just wanted to travel more with her husband and have a flexible schedule and be able to control her paycheck. Mary is doing phenomenal things right now. And as you can see right here on this slide, she recently landed a search placement for $250,000. So who is this for? This is for anyone who is considering starting a recruiting business or is struggling to get one off the ground. You may have already had some exposure to it, or maybe you're currently working at an agency, or maybe you used to work at one. And some of you watching this may actually be hiring managers at companies where you engage with recruiters. And others have no experience at all in recruiting. And that's okay too. This works perfectly fine for anyone who follows the steps I'm about to lay out right now in this video. So let's talk about what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about a unique opportunity to fast track your recruiting business to $20,000 a month and beyond. And guys, listen, if $20,000 a month sounds like a ridiculous, unattainable number right now, we're going to do the math together so you can see that it's actually a low number compared to what's possible. We're also going to cover with you how you can get your first placement and how this is guaranteed with the system I'm about to show you. And you're going to see this, how you can do this all on the side without quitting your full-time job, leveraging OPT, which I'll explain a little bit more in this training. And we're going to talk about how you can do all this without cold calling, without manually sending a bunch of emails and LinkedIn messages, so you don't have to be stuck to your computer 24/7. Basically, how you can get the perfect fit candidates and high-paying clients coming right to you. Just like Ron Carter, who joined Recruitemy. Ron was an existing recruiting agency owner, and he was just kind of stuck in the ways that he was doing things. And we were able to show him a new way to go about his sales and marketing, which landed him a $50,000 search fee in a short period of time. We're even going to show you how you can collect a payment up front on day one when you engage your clients. This is called retained search or performance-based search, which you may have already heard of. This method solves a huge problem for contingency recruiters. What happens is they don't have good systems in place for vetting clients, so they end up taking roles and working those roles when the clients aren't even serious about filling them. which basically results in them doing a ton of work for free. Just like Taft Sanders. Taft was in that category. He owned a contingency staffing firm. When we had our first consultation call, Taft was really burnt out. He had a great model and a great niche, but what he was experiencing was taking job orders from new clients, getting ghosted by the hiring managers. Taft would work really hard to find candidates, and it was really all for nothing. And he knew there had to be a different way to go about his business. So we taught him how to do engaged search. And within 2 weeks, Taft was able to land his first engaged search placement where he collected a portion of the fee on day one without doing any vetting or recruiting. So before we dive into the 5 steps, let's do some math together. How many placements will it take you to get to $20,000 a month? There's a ton of different ways to come up with this number, but let me show you a few scenarios. Okay, scenario 1. So keep in mind, the typical placement fee is 20% of annual salary for a role that you're going to fill. And that's pretty much the bare minimum for a recruiting service to charge a client. So all you need to do is land one client a month who needs to fill one position where the job pays $100,000 in annual salary. So that's 12 clients per year where you're going to earn $240,000. But what's great about this business is that most companies don't just need to hire one person. They need to hire multiple people. So when you land this client, there's a very good likelihood they're going to ask you to fill maybe 3 more roles for them who also make $100,000 a year respectively. So let's say it takes you 90 days to fill all 3 roles. Boom, you just made $60,000 in 3 months. And that's with just one client. So with just 4 clients, you can roughly be making $240,000. Let's say we pump these numbers up and you fill an AI prompt engineer role, which is really hot right now, for $300,000. So now you're at $60,000 per placement. You do that once every couple of months and you're up to $360,000 a year in your bank account. So let me ask you something. If you were on track to pull in all that money, would you still be working your 9 to 5? Would you still be putting up with submitting PTO to take a vacation or worry about what you do if you got laid off? No, right? So some people wait until their back's against the wall to get started, but it's never too late. You just need to commit and go all in on the 5 steps. So these are the 5 steps to 5 figures per month. And it's what I call the fastest way to money in a brand new recruiting business. And after a quick overview, I'm going to go further in depth and show you how you can speed up your results using OPT. So let's dive in. Step 1, choose a profitable niche. This can be a particular industry like healthcare or a specific role like salespeople or nurses. But don't get too hung up on this right now because at the end of this video, I'm going to send you a free course on the best way to choose your niche. So step 2 is to get your LinkedIn profile set up and optimized so that candidates and clients you want to attract will see you as an insider. And if you're saying to yourself right now, Russ, if I do that right now, my boss will find out and I'll get fired from my job. So listen, the last thing I'm here to do is jeopardize your only source of income. We have a very simple workaround for this, which keeps your new business a secret until your business starts paying you enough to where you can quit your 9 to 5. Step 3, finding MPCs. MPC stands for most placeable candidates, and it's crucial to how you approach step number 4, which is getting your MPC in front of as many managers as possible who are hiring for that role. And step 5 is getting a contract in place with every company who is looking for your MPC. These are the exact steps that our student and member Parker Cheney took with no prior experience in recruiting and was able to have a $90,000 month in just 4 months of us working together. But you may be asking yourself, hey, if starting a recruiting business is so easy, why doesn't everyone just do it? And the truth is, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. And anyone who tells you that is just trying to sell you something. So before you get yourself into something that you want no part of, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. That way, if you're still watching this video in a few minutes, you'll know if building a profitable recruiting business is still for you. So I'm going to walk you through each of the 5 steps and show you where the landmines are, but also how you can avoid them. And how if you're the type of person who wants to eventually have complete control over your income, make your own schedule, travel whenever and wherever you want, and become debt-free, maybe even retire your spouse, a recruiting business is a vehicle to get you there if you know how to do it right. All right, let's take a deeper dive into the 5 steps. Picking a profitable niche is one of the most crucial things when first starting your recruiting business, and here's why. Because your business may never get off the ground if you're in a bad market. So let's talk about bad markets versus good markets as you move forward in this exercise. When you choose a bad market, sales are going to be very difficult versus choosing a good market where sales will be easy. Bad market's going to equal lower fees, sometimes 15 or 10% of annual salary. Whereas if you're in a good market or a hot market, skill sets are higher in demand, so you can call a higher fee. This is the best part in my opinion. When you're in a really good market, you're going to have inbound leads, which are the best leads to close. Hiring managers will literally raise their hand and ask you for information. But when you're in a bad market, you're going to be finding yourself doing push marketing marketing, having to do many cold calls, pushing your message onto targets that don't want to hear from you. Just that simple. Bad markets, you're not going to make that much money. In a good market, you can hit your financial goals. And if you're in a bad market, you're going to be frustrated every day, every week, every month. Whereas if you're in a good market, it's stress-free. I've always believed the riches are in the niches. And here's why. If you choose to be a general recruiter, what I call the jack of all trade recruiter, you can expect to get fees of 15% or less. If you get a little more specific with the type of recruiter that you are and start niching down, as exampled here, maybe you want to recruit within the manufacturing industry, now you're able to raise your fee a little bit higher. But if you get even more specific with a skill set that's high in demand, like a core competency like engineers in manufacturing, this is when you can start getting fees of 20% or higher, because these companies are going to need you to help them find the people and scale their internal business. And when you can really get micro niche, like finding engineers within aerospace, that's when you can really start growing a profitable recruiting business to 7 figures and beyond. All right, so to wrap up step one of the biggest myths around is that you have to be an expert in your field. Does it help? Sure, maybe. But the reality is that you can develop your expertise as the business grows. Imagine spending months trying to become an expert at software engineering, only to realize that you hate working in that industry once you finally start it. That's why it's best not to worry about it. Plus, with the advent of AI, it's easy to sound like an expert even when you're not. Step 2, turning your LinkedIn profile into a money magnet. First off, if you're worried about getting a call from your boss one day asking you about your new role as the CEO of your new recruiting company, then let me put your mind at ease. One way we've helped our members build their business undercover is to have them use a spouse, a friend, or a family member's account, but that's just one way that it can work. There's also a very specific way to craft and manage your profile so that it attracts new clients and candidates, and it doesn't require you to lie about your experience or anything like that. And it's called the PCC method, and it stands for profile, content, and comments. And let me show you what this looks like. Here's one of our top producing members, Parker Cheney, who came into Recruitemy with zero recruiting background. We helped Parker optimize his LinkedIn profile, as you can see right here, and we got very specific with the niche that he's in. It is very clear when you land on Parker's page that he is a freight broker recruiter. So we teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile so you can start branding your recruiting company and start attracting the targeted and qualified hiring managers that you really want to speak with and spend time with. But scrolling down on Parker's LinkedIn profile, what you'll see down here are all of his posts. And there's a recent post that Parker made that went viral. So we teach you how to construct 1 to 2 posts every day. We work with you and we'll actually produce this content for you. And when you do this the right way, you'll get a flood of incoming leads like Parker got with this particular post. As you can see in this post, Parker spoke about his journey over the past year, what he had to overcome, and how his recruiting business has given him the life that him and his wife and child want today. This post got a result of 262 likes so far, 85 comments, and 3 reshares, and it's still growing. When you start posting content like this, you'll be invited to podcasts. You'll have hiring managers lighting up your LinkedIn inbox wanting to meet with you. So let me go ahead and pull the curtain back and show you exactly what an MPC form looks like and how you can utilize this on day 1 after joining Recruitemy. So as you can see, these pages are much different than just emailing and slinging resumes over to thousands of hiring managers who are used to that. They've seen those old hat tactics for 10, 15, 20 years. So it's going to be important for you to stand out and look different than the sea of recruiters that you're competing with. And these documents and forms are a great way to do that. So this is our MPC form where, as you can see, we put the candidate's name up here. Now, in most instances, you don't have to do that. If you're maybe concerned that they would contact your candidate behind your back, just put the initials up here, or don't even put the person's name up here. We then teach you how to put a video placeholder here. We teach you how to conduct this video interview with a list of questions that we give to you and teach you exactly how to get this video right on point so it's effective and it will elicit responses from targeted hiring managers. And as you scroll down the page, you'll see there'll be an area right here for the hiring manager to reach out to you and to contact you and to even automatically book on your calendar. All right, so we're going to go ahead and access these MPC pages to go ahead and create these is in the applicant tracking system that you'll have on day 1 with Recruitemy. We've gone ahead and hosted these templates back here. As you can see right here, most placeable candidate form. You just simply click on that and you'll be able to open up the template where you can edit it and make as many of these forms as you choose and send out to thousands of hiring managers. These forms are extremely easy for you to edit. They're very user-friendly. You can have an MPC form done in less than 10 minutes. You can go ahead and put your logo up here. It's a click, it's a drag, it's a drop, it's a delete, it's an add. Very simple user face. So taking it a step further, we also have this form that you'll be able to utilize. This is a page that you can create within our templates form. As soon as you're done taking a requisition from a client, you would go ahead in here to the job advertisement page and create this page with your logo up here, the title of the opening, the industry that you're working in. You would go ahead and describe the job right here. And this is the best part. We teach you how to do a video describing your client, their culture, why somebody would want to work there. And these pages are so well received from clients. So what we do, what's worked really well, is after we facilitate a discovery call with a new client and their perspective and their team of stakeholders, we go ahead and create this page and send it over to them for their review. And it gets them engaged from day one. They'll say things to us like, wow, this is great. No recruiter has ever sent this to me. We haven't even gotten a contract yet. And it's just going the extra mile. You're always showing that you're different. You're always selling throughout the proposal process. And you're already building trust and loyalty and showing your client that you work hard and that you're different. And another really effective form is our shortlist form. So you'll also have access to this in the applicant tracking system. So as soon as you get a client and you're working on a search for them, in most cases, you're going to want to send over at least 2 to 3 candidates for them to review once you've secured those candidates. This is the format that's going to get you incredible feedback from these hiring managers. I get feedback like, wow, Russell, I've never seen anything like this before. No recruiter's ever sent resumes over to me in this fashion or format. All they do is click on view full profile for each candidate, and it opens up a deeper dive into the candidate. Again, you put your client's logo right here to give the personal touch, your logo right here, title of the job, and then your client can peruse this digital portfolio of each candidate. And then you'll even put a short video right here of the candidate describing how they're meeting and exceeding company objectives right now. And we teach you how to do this. We walk you through this and do these services for you. And then every document that you would need would be hyperlinked right here for your manager to click. And they could simply click on Jill Smith or Robert Brown, take a shortcut to look at the other candidates. And so to recap, those forms can be found right back here. Again, candidate shortlist form, job listing form, and most placeable candidate form. These are installed into your applicant tracking system along with automated workflows, outreach scripts from day one of joining Recruitemy. So step 4 is getting your NPCs in front of decision makers. Most recruiters will take a very bland approach at this. Some even take an unethical approach by marketing resumes of candidates they've never spoken to. All this does is make you look bad to a potential client 9 out of 10 times. Even if you land the deal, it falls through. But with our system at Recruitemy, we're going to make sure that you stand out from every other recruiter out there. And how we do this is through personalized video outreach at scale. And it works like magic. What you see on the screen is just a small sampling of the kind of responses we get from using this system. Now let's jump over to the next screen so I can show you a quick demo of what this really looks like. This is the video platform that I use for my recruiting business as well as what my members use. It's called Dub. And we're able to send these one-on-one personalized videos out to hiring managers and candidates. And when you use this strategy, it elicits a 90% open rate and anywhere from a 20 to 30% reply rate from your clients and your candidates. As you can see, I'm a big believer in this practice. I don't just preach it, and I send videos out every day just as I teach my members to do. But if you're still wondering if this can work, let me show you a specific example of where I closed a $68,000 performance-based search using this exact system that I'm showing you right now. Here's a founder and president of a telecom company, Jerry Warsaw, where I sent him a video message, as you can see right here. After this video message, Jerry wrote back, I have several open positions which I would like to discuss. From there, I took Jerry to an intro call and then a discovery call and closed the deal. Step 5 is getting the contract signed and collecting your payment up front. So we have the old way versus the new way. And most recruiters focus on the contingency model, which is the old way of doing things in a recruiting business. It usually results in clients who aren't serious about hiring your candidate and who waste your time. So all you do is end up working for free. And since they're not that serious when it comes time for them to interview and even hire your candidate, a lot of times they simply just end up ghosting you. But with the approach that we teach you within Recruitemy, you end up getting clients who are committed and who pay up front and make you their top priority. The truth is, this is where most people get hung up. They can talk to candidates all day long, but they freeze up when it comes time to talk to that client on the phone. The trick is to approach sales with the mindset of service. Just like I'm here to service you on your journey of making $20,000 a month and more with your recruiting business. You are serving them by saving them the headaches of having to go out and find the candidates themselves. Plus, it's okay to mess up on these calls. Even seasoned salespeople have bad calls. But to make sure our members get off on the right foot, me or one of my experienced recruiters will get in on your meeting with you and position ourselves as your partner in business to help you land your first client. That way, you can tap into the experience of someone who's been doing this for 27 years, even if you're just starting out. Okay, so those are the 5 steps to 5 figures in a brand new recruiting business. Now I'm going to cover how you can speed up and then automate this process using something I like to call OPT. OPT stands for Other People's Technology and Time. Why is it important? Well, first off, it multiplies your effort so you can get more done faster. It saves you time so you can keep your 9 to 5 while you build up your business on the side. You also won't need to sacrifice all your family time or social life to make this work. It gets you clients and candidates faster so you can cash your first check within a few months instead of a year or longer. It also keeps your time spent on things that actually make you money, which will get you closer to the lifestyle that you want. It's by far the best way to build a recruiting business while working your 9 to 5 job. Here's what it looks like. Inside our program, members receive access to an applicant tracking system that keeps track of all your candidates and client communications. It's your holy grail when it comes to staying organized. And it even comes loaded with our unique landing pages that host your personalized videos. They also get access to Recruitemy's Leadcast, which is software that allows you to send connection requests and LinkedIn messages at scale without putting your profile at risk from ever getting banned. Next is AI, which you'll use to create content that attracts clients and candidates to you, as well as in your automated outreach. These 3 softwares are really all you need to get your business to making multiple 6 figures a year. The next thing you'll want to leverage here are DFY services like getting someone to set up your website and your LinkedIn campaigns, etc. And low-cost virtual assistants who can help you keep up with replying to candidates and clients' emails and LinkedIn messages. And the reason to use one is you really don't want to get caught up in the trap of being stuck on your phone or computer 24/7. They are your ticket getting clients and candidates on your calendar without the headaches of doing all the replies and scheduling yourself. So here's what typically happens to new recruiting business owners who ignore the OPT strategy. They try to do everything themselves. They end up struggling with the work-life balance. They make very little progress. Then they get burnt out. Finally, they quit. On the flip side, those who actually put OPT into action get the benefit of having some or most of the work done for you. They get to maintain their personal relationships because they don't need to sacrifice 100% of their time to growing their business. They make placements faster, and that's energizing to them, so it tends to make them want to push even harder. In the end, they're the ones who really succeed. And since you've watched this so far, I know you're not a quitter. You're not the type of person to start something and then not finish it, even if that is something you did in the past. None of that matters. The past isn't real. The only thing that matters right now is present moment. And in this moment, you can make a decision. Decide whether you want to keep doing what you've always done or finally make a real change in your life. And following these 5 steps can help you truly change your life. So let's recap. Number 1, choosing a profitable niche. Number 2, the PCC method for LinkedIn. Number 3, finding the most placeable candidate. Number 4, marketing your MPC to get clients. Number 5, getting paid upfront. And the bonus, leveraging OPT to automate and scale. And if you'd like help implementing all 5 of these steps, then I have a unique and limited opportunity for you. We're looking for 12 people to partner with and launch a profitable recruiting business in the next 30 days that want to fast track their income to 5 figures per month. And if we're a good fit, my team will write your message sequences for you. We will set up and launch your automated client and candidate campaigns for you as well. I will personally mentor you and walk you through each of the 5 steps to get to 5 figures a month, and even get on sales calls with you, position myself as your partner in business to help you close sales. We'll even recruit and train a virtual assistant on all of our proprietary systems and install them into your business, as well as get you into our linked influencer pod that gets you content, more likes, shares, and comments, which means more clients and candidates seeing you as the go-to person within your niche. And we're going to hook you up with a free applicant tracking system in CRM, which will save you at least $1,200 per year. So basically, you get to copy and paste a system that makes placements on demand in your recruiting business. This is how we're able to guarantee that you'll make your first placement with our system, or you don't pay a dime. What I've just laid out, I would have killed for when I first started out in the industry. A risk-free way to get off the ground, a mentor to show you what a 7-figure recruiting business looks like behind the scenes, and a community of like-minded people to learn and grow with. So my team and I have set aside some time in the next 72 hours to speak to you personally about how you can apply these ideas to your business starting today. So whatever your biggest challenges are, we've seen it and we know how to overcome it. I don't care if you're like, Russ, I'm just trying to get to $5,000 a month, or Russ, I'm just trying to get to $10,000 a month, or maybe you're already there and you're trying to get to $100,000 a month. It doesn't matter because we've seen it all. And this same strategy that I shared with you today is the fastest way I know of to make this dream a reality. We'll get on the phone for 30 minutes and we'll work with you to craft a game plan and get you from where you are now to where you want to go. And I know I could charge a lot for this, but guys, this is absolutely free. So here's what I want you to do. Click the button underneath this video right now, and that's going to take you to our calendar page. And on that calendar page, you're going to see all the available appointment times that we have to do a call with you. Just choose whatever appointment time that you you want and go ahead and book in that time, and we'll call you at the time that you choose. So now you have two choices. You can A, do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free, or B, you can book your breakthrough call today and put yourself in the game. But here's the thing, spaces are limited and there's only so many people that we can speak with right now. And after we fill all 12 spots, I can't guarantee that we'll have any spots left. Every successful client we've ever had all started out in your shoes. They had to make a decision on whether they wanted to stay stuck or finally do something about it. This really could be the call that changes your life. So think about your goals and think about what you're trying to achieve. If all this did was help you fill one single client who asked you to help them fill a few roles a year, would it be worth the extra $60,000 you can make over the next 12 months doing this part-time? So we'd love to help you get there and do way more, but you got to click that button and book that call. And when you do, we'll send you access to the How to Pick a Profitable Recruiting Niche course that you can dive into while waiting for your phone call. So thanks for joining today. Thanks for watching this video. Click the button under this video and book your call. It's been great, guys. Talk soon.